Nigeria. Thank you very much. Without much ado, please may we rise for the national anthem.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang on to our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
The Netherlands anthem.
Wilhelmus van Nassau ben ik van Duitsen bloed, den vaderland getrouwe blijf ik tot in den dood. Een prinsen van Oranje ben ik vrij onverweerd, en koning van Hispanje heb ik altijd geëerd. Mijn schild en de betrouwen zijt gij, o God, mijn Heer. Op u zo wil ik bouwen, verlaat mij nimmer meer. Dat ik nog
Thank you very much. Please, may we be seated. Thank you very much. Once again, we welcome everybody to this gathering. But before we get going, let's have a brief introduction of ourselves to our august visitor. And first on the list of the introduction is no one else but our Vice Chancellor. Please let's welcome once again Professor Olushola Babatunde Kehinde, the seventh substantive Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. He's a Fellow, Genetic Society of Nigeria, Fellow, Institute of Health and Safety, and Fellow, Agricultural Society of Nigeria. And we also have with him the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic. Please let's welcome Professor Olukayode Akinyemi. You're welcome, sir. And the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Development, Professor Kola Adebayo. You're welcome, sir. We have the Acting Registrar seated, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Morufa Daudu. You're welcome, ma'am. And also the Acting Bossa is seated here. We have Mr. Olukayode Oshinuga. And the University Librarian, Dr. Abayomi Owulabi. You're welcome, sir. We all know with this visit of our special guest, the Vice Chancellor has called yet another beautiful goal in strengthening FUNAAB's town and gown relationship and setting it on an enviable position in the Committee of Universities in Nigeria. To this end, ladies and gentlemen, let us once again rise and welcome our guest here in FUNAAB, His Excellency, the Ambassador Michel Deelen, the Consul General of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in Nigeria, to Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. You're welcome, sir. Ambassador Michel Deelen is a skilled diplomat and a team builder with many years of experience in international relations. Sir, we are honored by your visit to this university. You're welcome, sir. And sir, if you wish to know, before you seated here are academic juggernauts and a band of administrators and technologists. Permit me to just quickly introduce few out of them to you as before we proceed. And in no particular order, I want to specially introduce to you a woman that has been part of FUNAAB. Even in retirement, she still thinks FUNAAB. She is Emeritus Professor Olufumilayo Ayoka Adebambo. Please, a round of applause for her. She is a foremost animal breeder, and she has patented the FUNAAB indigenous chicken, FUNAAB Alpha, in the university. Please, let's appreciate her for that once again. We also have a former Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic here seated in the hall. Please, let's welcome Professor Christian Ikeobi. And the Director, FUNAAB Zoo Park, Professor Sami Samwobo, is seated. The Director of Veterinary Teaching Hospital, Professor Olufemi Ojo. You're welcome, sir. We have the Director, INHOD, Institute of Human Resources Development, Professor Sherif Adewuyi. Here seated. You're welcome, sir. We have the Director, Center of Entrepreneurial Studies, Professor Emily Ayo John. You're welcome, ma. We also have the Director, Directorate of Technologists and Technical Staff, Dr. Wumi Abimbola Okuneye. You're welcome, ma. We have the Director, Directorate of Research, Innovations and Partnerships, Professor Mutiu Busari. And I know you must have met him, the Director, Center of Excellence in Agricultural Development and Sustainable Environment, Professor Adeboye Fafiolu. You're welcome, sir. We also have the Director, Institute of Food Security, Environmental Resources and Agricultural Research, Professor Alaba Jola Osho. You're welcome, ma. We have some deans here in our midst, the deans of colleges, in no particular order. Also, let me introduce to you the Dean, College of Biosciences, Professor Yabode Kehinde. You're welcome, ma. We have the Dean, College of Agricultural Management and Rural Development, Professor Emmanuel Fakoya. You're welcome, sir. We have the Dean, College of Physical Sciences, Professor Adio Akinwale. You're welcome, sir. We have the Dean, College of Food Science and Human Ecology, Professor Adebukola Omemu. You're welcome, ma'am. And we have the Dean, College of Engineering, I think, is hereby represented by the Deputy Dean, Professor Olajide Adetunji. You're welcome, sir. We have the Director of Sports in our midst, Dr. Sam Olabanji. Director of Biotech, Professor Lufunke Shitu. You're welcome, ma. We have Director of Physical Planning Engineer Kehinde Bamishile. I saw him in the hall earlier. Okay. We also have some notables, just quick mention. The principal, acting principal, FUNAAB International School, that is the secondary school of the university, Mr. Olushola Ilori, and his students here present. We have the staff school of the university, pupils led by the head teacher, Mrs. Florence Alade. Thank you very much. Please permit me to also recognize the Deputy Dean Co-Plant, that is Professor Adewale Salau. You're welcome, sir. We can come back to that later without wasting time. Please permit me to specially invite the Vice Chancellor to give us the Vice Chancellor's address. Please, a round of applause for the Vice Chancellor.
Thank you very much. His Excellency, the Consul General of the Kingdom of Netherlands, Mr. Michel Deelen, all principal officers here seated, deans of colleges, postgraduate school, and student affairs, the dean of the various colleges here seated, the directors of centers and institutes, members of the University Senate, Professor Emeritus Ayoka Adebambo, other professors here seated, other distinguished staff of the university here seated, heads of departments, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure and profound honor that I extend a warm welcome to His Excellency, Mr. Michel Deelen, the Netherlands Consul General to the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. I welcome you, sir. Your presence here today signifies the continuation of a long-standing and fruitful partnership between our university and the Netherlands government. It is not only a gesture of goodwill, but it also underscores the importance of international collaboration and partnership in the realm of education and beyond. As we strive to foster global connections and exchange knowledge, your visit serves as a testament to the enduring bonds between our nations. We're deeply grateful for the invaluable support and collaboration we have received from the Netherlands government in the past, and we look forward to further strengthening these ties in the years to come. The Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, stands as a beacon of academic excellence and innovation in the fields of agriculture, science, entrepreneurship, and technology. With the tripodal mandate of teaching, research, and community engagement, we endeavor to address the pressing challenges facing our society and contribute to sustainable development both locally and globally. At FUNAAB, we are committed to fostering collaboration through initiatives such as faculty exchange programs, joint research endeavors, contemporary agricultural technologies, and curriculum development projects. These efforts are aimed at enhancing the quality of education and research at our university, while addressing global challenges in agriculture, climate change, and sustainable development. Our sprawling 10,000-hectare campus is not only a testament to our commitment to academic excellence, but it also provides conducive environment for learning, research, and innovation. With over 22,000 students, including both undergraduate and postgraduate students, our university community thrives on diversity and academic excellence. I'm delighted to share with you that FUNAAB has been recognized as the best university of agriculture in Africa and ranked 7th globally by Times Higher Education World University Rankings. This accolade is a testament to our unwavering dedication to excellence in agricultural education and research. Furthermore, I'm pleased to inform you that our World Bank Center of Excellence in Agricultural Development and Sustainable Environment, CADES, has received accreditation from the German International Agency for Quality Assurance, further solidifying our position as a leading university in agricultural research and innovation. In line with our commitment to research and innovation, FUNAAB continues to spearhead groundbreaking projects in areas such as food security, sustainable agriculture, and climate change adaptation. Our recent achievements include the development of FUNAAB Alpha, an indigenous chicken breed with comparable productivity to imported exotic breeds, as well as the completion of a 7 billion liter capacity dam for research and irrigation purposes. As we look to the future, our university remains steadfast in the pursuit of excellence and innovation. Our 3 megawatt solar project is nearing completion, furthering our commitment to sustainable energy solutions and environmental stewardship. Your Excellency, your presence here today provides us with a valuable opportunity to explore avenues for collaboration and mutual cooperation between our university and the Kingdom of Netherlands. We look forward to engaging in fruitful discussions that will further strengthen the ties between our two nations, that is Nigeria and the Kingdom of Netherlands, and pave the way for innovative partnerships in education, research, and even beyond. To our college members, staff, and students, I urge you to seize this moment to exchange ideas, share experiences, and forge connections that will enrich our academic endeavors and contribute to our collective pursuits of knowledge and excellence. We are eagerly waiting to listen to the presentation of your public lecture titled Sustainable Food Security. Once again, I extend my heartfelt welcome to His Excellency, Mr. Michel Deelen, and his delegation. May this visit further strengthen the bonds of friendship and collaboration between our nations, and may our time together be marked by meaningful dialogue and fruitful collaborations. Thank you so very much. God bless you.
Please let's give it to the Vice Chancellor once again. In fact, he summarized FUNAAB in that speech. Even though before we move to the next item, which is FUNAAB in brief, because we are eager to listen to His Excellency, permit me to recognize this person because it's pertinent to everything here also. That's the resource person and the chairman committee on sustainable development goals in FUNAAB. Please let's welcome Professor Adeniyi Olayanju. And permit me to mention also that FUNAAB was ranked 3rd on impact ranking on SDG in Nigeria by Times Higher Education. Thank you very much, sir. So next on the agenda is FUNAAB in brief. FUNAAB in brief. And to handle that, I want to invite Professor Adeboye Fafiolu.
Thank you very much, His Excellency, Mr. Vice Chancellor, other principal officers of the university, deans, directors, and other delegates in this place. I want to sincerely welcome us. We are always attempting to use the opportunity like this to advance collaboration with our university, exploring agricultural development as well as sustainability within the agricultural sphere. The Vice Chancellor already thanked His Excellency for choosing us at this time of coming to our university. I wish to introduce the university to you, sir. We are, first of all, a public university owned by the federal government, established in 1988, just like as the year was breaking, the university was being established, and that itself put us as a very vantage position to always dictate what happened. No wonder that the university always dictates to the rest of the universities in Nigeria. The mandate of the university is for teaching, research, and to carry out extension services. And in the university, we operate colleges system. There are 10 colleges of about 51 departments, academic departments. We have 30 academic programs, about 321 postgraduate programs. We have a lot of academic centers as well as business enterprise that we have to our name. We're a leading university in science as well as agriculture and related sciences that we focus on. We have a lot of undergraduate programs that are highly ranked in the world, and we have international programs that have been also accredited by international accreditors. And for the first time in the history of Nigerian university, we put this university forward, exposing our program to international accreditation so that our program can be equated to what is run in the EU. And let me inform you, His Excellency, that this university went through that rigor, and we came up as the first university in Nigeria that was able to do that. Like I said, our journey to excellence started on the day the university was established. It was established on the 1st, and there have been so many firsts that we have recorded at a point in time in our history. The Vice Chancellor of the university was declared as the best. At a point in our history, the Council of the university was declared as the best. At a point in our history, the students of this university always come up top in their chosen area. And by the year 2014, this university was designated as African Center of Excellence in Agricultural Development and Sustainable Environment by the World Bank. And in 2022, we came top as a university in Nigeria, and we ranked in the top 300, especially in subject area of veterinary sciences. And these veterinary science include other related fields. And in the year 2023, we came second, best university in Nigeria, and by extension, the first public university in Nigeria by Times Higher Education ranking for Africa. And within the Sub-Saharan Africa, we came 28. And Your Excellency, we are in the top 1,500 ranking according to Times Higher Education. And just like we are waking up in the year 2024, Your Excellency, you have been rightly informed by the Vice Chancellor that this university came first in the areas that we focus on, which is agriculture, in the entire continent of Africa, and in the pec order of the entire global sphere in agriculture, we came 7th. Just like we are basking in the euphoria of this achievement, just few weeks ago, again, another ranking came for us in the Times Higher Education for Sustainable Development Goals that the university came third of all the universities in Nigeria. And let me inform you, His Excellency, that this is the first time the university is coming into this league, okay, beating other universities that have been in the league even before now. Just as if that is not enough, our secondary school was also highly ranked of all the thousands of secondary schools that we have in Nigeria. Implication is that our university is always forward-looking, and we are so proud of the things that we have achieved. And a few pictures will assist us in doing this. The Vice Chancellor is always engaged in a lot of national and international collaborative effort to advancing the case of agriculture in Nigeria. And as a research-based university, we have a lot of multiple grants that we administer. We have developed our own poultry breed and a lot of crops. You will see some of them in the course of this visit. We're World Bank Centers of Excellence. We have 2 Centers of Excellence designated by TETFund. It is my pleasure, His Excellency, to tell you that our vision, okay, our vision is to be a center of excellence in knowledge generation. And in trying to do that, we have committed ourselves to raising great leaders who are found worthy in learning as well as character, and to generate knowledge that we advance research, that we advance teaching, as well as excellent outcomes. We are also attempting to contribute to sustainable development through community engagement. His Excellency, we have, to our strength, we have a very large expanse of land, about 10,200 hectares, and we have quality faculty that already have PhD, quality infrastructure for teaching as well as learning, availability of critical mass of experts at professional level, and you agree with me that we also have very serene environment. His Excellency, as you are coming into the university, this is the approach view of the university where we met you earlier on this morning, and this is the inward approach view as we come into the campus. In case you have overlooked this, this is also a place you should take picture before going. His Excellency, the area view of this building and the adjoining building where you met the Vice Chancellor is here. And from the side view of the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic Office, you can actually enjoy the serene and the beauty that we have to offer. What makes us different as a university? We have quality academic as well as research center. We are well-motivated people, and both students and faculty. And it may interest you to note, sir, that our students have been adjudged to be the most motivated of all the students in sub-Saharan Africa by the World Bank, because when they met them and interacted with them, they noticed that our students are well motivated. We have internationalization. We have our footprint in so many West African countries. They send students to this place for them to be trained, faculty members to be trained. We have existing collaboration and partnership with a lot of reputable industry as well as institutions. And it is also very interesting to know that we are also forging collaborative efforts with the Kingdom of the Netherlands, even as we speak today. Our university is also very close to Lagos. You don't need to travel too far, His Excellency, to get to this place. We have peace, we have harmony within our immediate community. There is no issue with security. You will also, when you move around, you will enjoy some of these wonderful facility when you see them. To also say that our core values are already, we have encapsulated it in the acronym XCGs. And what we are saying is that we want to achieve excellence in all the things we do. We want to do it with integrity. We want to have global relevance. We want to be involved in driving innovation. And above all, want to have service to humanity. Okay, so His Excellency, these are the things that we consider as our core values. And there are a few things that drives us. Entrepreneurship drive. Okay, we are interested in it. Quality of the services that we provide, as well as the policies that drive some of these aspirations that we have. Our processes are very transparent. This is a place you can put your money and go and rest. Okay, and above all, we want to create impact. Our products involve our students, and they serve as our ambassadors. We have a lot of government supporting policies in our favor. We have goodwill within our country, and we have good reputation within the sub-region. Like I said before, we operate colleges system, and we have 10 colleges of animal science, biological sciences, veterinary sciences, agricultural management, environmental resources, plant science, as well as entrepreneurship, as well as physical science. We have veterinary medicine, we have food and human ecology, as well as College of Engineering. Okay, some of the pictures of the colleges are on display even as we speak, and His Excellency, you will agree with me that each of these buildings that you are seeing here is an architectural masterpiece. We have a lot of institutes that also drives what we do, and it may interest you to also note, His Excellency, that we have some livestock that you will also be interested in as we continue in this journey. The FUNAAB Alpha will particularly interest you, and you are going to handle and carry one. We also have very special breed of goats. We call them the Kalahari red goats. They are here domiciled in our university. It may also interest His Excellency to also play with some of these goats. Please, we have a variety of both indigenous as well as exotic plants and crops that we grow in our university. Banana, oil palm. We have a wide expanse of oil palm, cashew, and we process some of them. In the course of the second leg of the event, we will see some of these things. To also say that we also want to affect our immediate environment. So whenever some of these crops are ready, we also invite people from the neighborhood and town to come and partake of the bumper harvest that we have. We have a variety of other crop, tomato, pineapple. It may also interest you, His Excellency, that we are also into mushroom cultivation. Edible mushroom. Okay. The Vice Chancellor made allusion to this, that we have a 7 billion liter capacity dam reservoir on our campus, and that reservoir is like 12.5 kilometers away from here. We are thinking that in the nearest future we can harness these resources into irrigation facility, irrigation opportunity, especially during dry season. We also have a very befitting ceremonial building, okay, where all our ceremonies will take place. It may interest His Excellency that once you enter into this building, you may not wish to return to Lagos. The Vice Chancellor did inform us a while ago that we have a solar project that we are doing with the intention that in the next few weeks that this will come fully on board, and that we'll be able to have sustainable power on campus. His Excellency, we also give our students opportunity to thrive. We give them permission and opportunity to thrive. The pictures you are looking at is actually taken from the student market. where the students themselves produce anything they want to produce, bring it to their own market, okay, and sell. Thereby, we are promoting entrepreneurship on our campus. There are a lot of visits and visitation to our campus that His Excellency we also see. We are into both local and international partnership, and we will be glad. We'll be glad that every nation of the world will have their footage and footprints on our campus. And I wish to inform you, His Excellency, that the Kingdom of the Netherlands is already ahead of other nations of the world. What are the potential areas we are looking at for collaboration? We are interested in promoting knowledge exchange. We're interested in technology transfer. We're interested in capacity building as well as skill development within the agricultural sphere. We are interested in research, collaboration in science, in technology, value chain enhancement, as well as access to market, both local and international market. We are interested in training as well as extension programs. We are interested in investment opportunity in our university, and all these interests that we have, His Excellency, they fall within our mandate. Okay, they fall within our mandate to support human capital development and foster innovation. His Excellency, it may interest you to know that a lot of people go to the Netherlands to study, but we have a center we call African Center of Excellence in Agricultural Development and Sustainable Environment that can serve as hub for international training, either short training or long-term training, and we want His Excellency to explore this opportunity. Talk about entrepreneurship and innovation. We're also interested in cultural exchange as well as policy development. We are using this meeting, His Excellency, to achieve one thing. We want the Kingdom of the Netherlands to have their footage on our campus. And it may interest you to know that the best opportunities in agriculture and science and engineering, they are here. And we are open to innovative collaboration because our Vice Chancellor is always looking forward into the global sphere to attract opportunity into this university. We are happy and we are glad. And we value so immensely your potential collaboration with our university. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, another round of applause, Professor Fafiolu. We value your potential collaboration with our university, sir. Before we move to the next item, please permit me to recognize a man that has been working behind the scene towards this visitation. That is the Head Office of Advancement, Mr. Johnson Olukende. A round of applause for him. He brought the Consul General of Germany to FUNAAB in March. Today, he has brought the Consul General of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. And in a couple of weeks, he is bringing the Consul General of the People's Republic of China in Lagos, Ms. Yan Yongquin. A round of applause to him, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you. Next, we've been waiting to hear from this man, our August visitor. And he is a skilled diplomat, a team builder, with many years of experience in international relations. He graduated in 1994 from the Maastricht University Law School with a specialization in international trade law and human rights. In his multifaceted career, he represented Netherlands in the European Union, the World Bank, the World Trade Organization, ECOWAS. He has worked among other countries, Afghanistan, Turkey, Switzerland, Geneva, South Sudan, Libya, and now is in Nigeria. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Consul General, Kingdom of Netherlands in Lagos, Ambassador Michel Deelen as he delivers the lecture titled Sustainable Food Security.
Thank you. Thank you very much for these warm words. Distinguished guests, Professor Olushola Babatunde Kehinde, the Vice Chancellor, distinguished faculty members, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to start with a carol, but then looking at the time and the problems we had on the road when our car broke down and when it was fixed again, and anyway, let me then in that case start with a cabo. It is a great pleasure to be here with you, and I feel very, very honored to be received by you in this great way at this great institution of higher learning, this great federal university in Nigeria. It's amazing what we already saw from leaving the office of the Vice Chancellor to entering this hall, the history, the fabrics, the tailoring also, and I will tell that to my wife. And she will remind me to come back. And then the ranking. Congratulations on that ranking. Congratulations. It must be a great privilege to be also a student at this institution, and it must be, you work really hard. I know you work really hard, but you see the value of your diploma when your university is ranked like that. Congrats to the students too. Yes, 1988 established. You know, 1988 was the time when I started my own university studies. So I know that year very well. For those who know me a little bit, I wanted to become a farmer when I grew up. I grew up in the Dutch countryside. Yeah, but I didn't. I grew up in the Dutch countryside amongst the farms, and I was always helping on the farms. And then when my parents asked me, so what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, well, of course I want to be a farmer. But I think they sort of played a trick on me, because they said, to do so, you have to go to agricultural university. And in agricultural university, one of the first things you have to excel in, they told me, was mathematics and physics. Unfortunately, I was not the best student in mathematics and physics, so here I am as a lawyer, a diplomat, and it turned out well. But I'm still, you know, I still have this very keen interest for farming, for agriculture in the Netherlands, but also in Nigeria. And I must say, with our team, we've traveled all over the country to visit different locations where we assist in improving agriculture. And that brings me to the theme, sustainable food security. And sustainable food security is indeed a global theme, but specifically in Nigeria is also quite important. And you just have to go to the market, the supermarket, or wherever to see the prices of food at the moment. Me being naive, I thought, the farmers will get well paid, but it seems the money ends up in fuel and transport and all kinds of other things. But farmers are, of course, the nucleus of the whole food security discussion. Food security, coming from the Dutch perspective, you might have seen the statistics. We are a small country in Europe. We are about twice the size of Ogun State. But we export, we are the #2 exporting country of agricultural products in the world. And that is something that we became, let's say, in the course of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I sometimes also tell the story, my father's family they were farmers. They were poor farmers in a little, they had what they call mixed farm. So a few cows, a few chicken, and then a field for grain or maize. In those days, the Netherlands was definitely not any agricultural exporter. And this development started after the Second World War, in the 1960s actually, when the European Union, of which the Netherlands is a founding country, decided that we should make sure that we have enough agricultural production and that we don't depend too much on imports. And it was a combination at the time of governments, of universities, of farmers, of banks, farmers, lending banks, financial institutions, to drive that. Now we say, oh, government shouldn't be in that business. Well, for us to be there, government was definitely in that business. And that resulted, for example, that at the moment, we can produce 1 kilo of tomatoes in the Netherlands with using only 4 liters of water. And we don't actually need soil. You can do it soilless. The Netherlands, as I said, is a small country. We don't have too much surface, so you can grow inside in greenhouses. Outside, you can actually have like sort of apartment buildings full of fruits and vegetables with LED lights and fancy stuff like that. It's not needed everywhere, but we have used that technology because partly our soil was not that rich. A lot of the soil in the Netherlands is sand-based. Along the rivers, it's clay, which is much richer for agriculture. But if you have sand and if you have a small landmass, you have to be inventive to produce more than you actually need. And of course, another interesting element that came into the equation later is climate change. Because it was already mentioned, in the beginning we thought, oh, climate change, global heating, it means everything will get hotter. Well, it also means apparently everything will get wetter. In some parts of the world, there's more desertification. In other parts, there's flooding. In some parts, it gets hot. In other parts, it gets cold. We are now in the European summer in Europe. I think it has been raining for 2 months in the Netherlands. So climate change has a major effect on agriculture, and it means that we have to become more inventive. So what we do as the Netherlands in Nigeria is also to support climate smart agriculture. And one of the other things that we do is to try to bring different parties together. And that's why I'm so happy to be here today with you at the university, because universities play a key role in that whole, as we say in the Netherlands, the Dutch diamond. So that diamond is basically the farmers, the business, the government, and the learning institutions. And you can also add to that civil society, because people also have a say in this discussion about what it is they want, what it is they need. And that would hopefully altogether bring Nigeria to a higher level. Because when I travel around the country, and I'm always extremely impressed by Nigerian farmers, but then I think, wow, this country needs a green revolution. This country needs mechanization. Because people who are working on the farm now, it's not because they really want to, it's because they have no other option. And you see that in a city like Lagos, as soon as somebody has another option, he leaves the countryside, runs to the city. So mechanization and a green revolution whereby you do more soil testing, you apply correct fertilizers, you have irrigation systems, if need be you can have greenhouses. Make it a business, make it more professional. And once again, a university like this plays a key role, and I think that role has been recognized looking at what everybody said about the university. And what does that do? That creates jobs. And it doesn't only create jobs in agriculture, because if you mechanize, you have fewer people on the farms, but it creates jobs in the whole value chain. In the whole value chain, from logistics to transport, packaging, retail, you know, we have a tendency to always blame the middleman. Say, if you would pay the farmer directly, then he would get more money, and what's the use of the middleman? Yeah, but the middleman is the aggregator. I cannot go to every single farm and buy my tomatoes or buy my corn. So you need the middleman. But if you mechanize the farms, if you mechanize agricultural production, your yields will increase, and in the end, the farmer will then also finally benefit. What we have done in Nigeria relates actually to different sectors in horticulture. And it started with the seed sector. We have a number of international renowned companies in the Netherlands who are very good in horticultural seeds and also horticultural seeds for the tropical environment. And they've been working on that for basically generations in sort of refining those types of seeds. And you know, Mother Nature has a trick. Then you have a plant and then suddenly disease comes, or like we saw in the north, the Tutu absoluta or any other thing comes. So you have to continue to change your varieties to make sure that you actually beat nature in that extent. So seeds, we had a long-standing cooperation and discussion with the Nigerian Seed Council, with the Nigerian federal government on that, to make sure that farmers get access to good quality seeds, but that good quality seeds can also enter the Nigerian market. And if they do so in enough volume, if there is enough demand on the Nigerian side, then you are clearly going to see that seed multiplication will happen in Nigeria also. Which is an important one. You know, sometimes people say, you only want to sell us seeds. Well, let me be honest, obviously we do, but not just for you to keep on buying new seeds from us, but also for you to set up a seed industry and to set up multiplication centers and to improve the quality, because all of that will only lead to more demand and to more production, which is in the end the food security that we are talking about. Then we have a seed partnership with different companies in the Netherlands and the federal government. And you see now that more and more of these seeds are available in the Nigerian market. We started some years ago a project, and you just have to look at the cap that our friend is wearing, Horti Nigeria. Horti Nigeria is our attempt to sort of showcase and at the same time assist farmers. It started in Kano and Kaduna, and where we were looking at was basically the supply chain towards Mile 12 market in Lagos. So from the Lagos perspective, but also from the perspective of Kano and Kaduna, how can you assist those farmers? How can you increase yields? How can you facilitate transport better? How can you replace raffia basket by plastic crates, post-harvest losses? I don't have to explain this to you, you know. So we started there, and then we thought, okay, but we also have to engage more in the Southwest. And that's also one of the reasons why we're here, because Horti Nigeria has also done outreach to the university here in the field of the entrepreneurship. Because it's not huge fields full of tomatoes, it's smart ways of doing agriculture and doing agro-processing. And that is one of the things that we are doing here. And it has to do with demand. We were doing some research in the numbers, and then they say 13 million metric tons supply gap of tomato, onion, and okra in Nigeria. That has to come from somewhere. It comes sometimes from Benin Republic, from Cameroon, in fancy supermarkets. You see it coming from South Africa. It can come from this very own Nigeria. There's no reason why we can't grow decent tomatoes. When I saw downstairs what you're growing here on the university grounds, excellent, super, great, wonderful. So you see, you multiply that, and you don't have that gap anymore. This is now the third year that we are working with Horti Nigeria on this project. And we are beginning to see results. We are really beginning to see results that production of farmers is doubling. And we hope, because of course this is like a development cooperation program, it's not there forever, it has a limited duration, but we hope that we have trained these farmers now so much that they will be able to continue on that line of increased production. There's still the thing that frustrates me a little bit, that's the lack of mechanization, but it will come. You see more and more government and private initiatives on renting tractors, sharing equipment, even using apps to do so. I haven't talked about ICT in agriculture, but that's a very important thing. It allows you, it's very simple, it allows you to be on the market, whether it's Abeokuta, Ibadan, or Kaduna, and to see what is a tomato selling for in Lagos. And it also allows you then to say, okay, let me not sell today, but let me sell next week. But you can only do that if you have a storage facility to do so. So to manage that supplies, information technology and infrastructure is quite crucial. Yeah, and then let's say we like to talk. My job is a lot of talking, but we also like to showcase what we do. And some of you might have been there, but on the outskirts of this beautiful city of Abeokuta, we have constructed something we call Greenport Nigeria, which is like a model greenhouse, 2 model greenhouses built with Dutch technology as a collaboration between Nigerian and Dutch entrepreneurs in the horticulture sector. And the great thing of that is also that it's a training site. So it's not just a demonstration for us to show what we do, but it's also a training site where we can train young Nigerians. It's just next to the Soilus farm. I'm sure many of you have probably been there. To train young Nigerians to see how you can grow vegetables in a greenhouse condition. That you don't need too many fancy things. Why do you need a greenhouse? Basically to keep out the pest and to protect your plants from excessive rain or excessive drought. You need a little bit of irrigation. You need some little bit of energy. The energy in that side is actually made by biogas. They purchase a few cows and they use the manure to make biogas, which powers the electricity. Sometimes the solutions are simple, but it really, really works. And that we do with youth, 50% of them being women. Because sometimes people say, oh, agriculture is not for women. Well, it is very, very much for women. We know the hard work that women do on the farm, but also women in business of agribusiness. I'm always very, very impressed. I sometimes go to IITA to visit what we do there. Very strong, obviously strong Nigerian women who are setting up companies in the agribusiness. And we are proud and we are pleased to be involved in that, because the advantage of agriculture is that you see almost immediate results within the season. So if it doesn't work, fine, we try something else. If it does work, great, then we had a good season, and then we'll do again the same in the next season, maybe even a little bit better. So that gives us a good feeling of knowing what we're doing, knowing with who we are engaging, and knowing how production can be increased. The last point I have here is increased access to finance. But that can be increased access to inputs, the price of seeds, the price of fertilizer, the price of mechanizing your labor. There are different entities for that, and we, the Nigerian entities, the Nigerian government, we are in discussion with the Nigerian government also on the new agricultural development fund that has been created. We are also talking a lot with the Ministry of Agriculture. Sometimes it's more important to have that discussion on state level, because on state level, people really know what's going on. Sometimes it's more important to not have that discussion with government at all, but go straight to either the farmer or the financial institution. And those are all things that we do because we try to bring things together to make sure that it works, to make sure that we can all benefit from it. And then one day you will see there will not be a deficit, there will be an export opportunity. Because there's absolutely no reason why Nigeria should not export agricultural products. And they actually do in certain cases, but it's very limited. Cashew, sesame seed, ginger. Ginger was affected by pests. We're working on that too. There are products, but there could be many more products that can be exported from Nigeria to the ECOWAS countries, to the rest of the world. We in the Netherlands have the experience on how to do that. We made mistakes. I'll be the first one to say that we made mistakes. We went too far. We drained the soil too much. We also have a water problem sometimes, too much water. So we have also learned how to adapt. It's never finished, but it can only go up. So thank you very, very much for listening to me, and it was a great honor to be here with you. Thank you very much.
Please a standing ovation for His Excellency, Michel Deelen. Thank you very much, sir. His Excellency wanted to study agriculture, though he found himself in law, but he speaks more of agriculture now. Please, another round of applause for him. We want to take quick questions and answer, but before then, please permit me to recognize the presence of the Dean, Kolanim, College of Animal Science and Livestock Production, and also the he's also the chairman committee of deans and director, and the chairman LOC of a recently concluded conference in FUNAAB of Association of Deans of Agriculture in Nigerian Universities, ADAN, Professor Olushide Showande. You're welcome, sir. Please, we want to take questions, just 3 questions because of time constraint. And we are having 1 question from this row, 1 question from that row, and 1 question from the other row. So,
thank you, sir. My name is Adeni Olayanju. Let me first of all congratulate our Vice Chancellor for scoring another big point, for bringing this big fish our way. And to the Consul himself, let me say that Nigerian as a people, we have always loved Netherlands, especially when it comes to football. We have always loved to see the orange color in the World Cup. The only time we don't support you is when you play against us. Having said that, I think personally I've had contact, especially with respect to projects with Netherlands when I was in Landmark University. Your expertise in the area of greenhouse building, in fact, nobody can take that away from you. I saw the deficit when you were talking of the horticulture and the greenhouses, especially in growing tomatoes. We know you have good expertise there. And then I look at your presentations. In FUNAAB, recently we have a culture. Whenever anybody presents, have a lecture like you, we want to link it with sustainable development goals. And as you are making your presentation, I see that it went across most of the SDG. If you look at SDG 1, talks about poverty eradication. We say no poverty. 2 talks about zero hunger. And then your presentation went on and on. Then you dovetail into my own area, SDG9, talking about the triple high, industry, innovation, and infrastructure, talking of the mechanization aspect. And you went into 11, sustainable city, and you went into 13, climate action. You even went into life on land, talking about 15. That is where the issue of the greenhouse comes in. You know, you also dovetail into, in fact, the main one is SDG12, talking about responsible consumption and production. What am I dragging at? You are at home, you are in a good place to collaborate with. We have eggheads around us here that are experts in those areas of the sustainable development goals that I've mentioned. Because if you look at your lecture, it talks about sustainable food security. And I think it borders around 3, 4, 5 things. Is the food available? If it is available, is it avoidable? If it is avoidable, is it accessible? Even if it is accessible, can we utilize it in various forms that we want? And all of this talks about food security. And alas, you just add that our university has been run. But one thing that the director of CADIS didn't mention, I'm going to forward that to him, is that FUNAAB did not just come third overall. We came first overall in Sustainable Development Goal 2. That is our mandate, zero hunger. And so it tells you that you are in a good place to collaborate with. You have the agriculturists here, you have the scientists, you have the engineers. It cut around, and when you now talk of even management of it, talking about the cost analysis, you have it, entrepreneurship, and we have different centers. I want to say, sir, that you are in a good place and we are ready to collaborate with you. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much. Standing on activity and protocol, I want to welcome you, the ambassador, to this university. This university has the first department of animal breeding and genetics in Nigeria. And not only that, this university registered the first improved indigenous chicken in Nigeria. My problem with this country, not my university, is that Netherlands happen to be the largest producer of dairy and dairy products. With just a handful of dairy cows, you have less than 3 million. Nigeria has over 3 million heads of cattle, and we cannot produce milk. So, I think I left university in 1976. And since then, I've been canvassing for this country to be able to develop dairy breeds for this country. It took South Africa 25 years to develop their dairy breeds. Is there any possibility of, we have the department, we have the lecturers, we have the students, and we know that even when everybody went on strike, breeders can never go on strike. We work 24/7. We collect data, we do everything. So is there any possibility of collaboration in the area of dairy development? Dairy breed development for Nigeria and dairy production with dairy products for this country from this university. Considering a center of excellence for Africa in this place and so many facilities that we can lay our hands on, I think we want to have more of Netherlands in this place, especially in the area of dairy breed development and dairy products. Can I rely on you to please fast track that for us in this university? Thank you very much.
Dairy, indeed. A question close to my heart as a Dutchman who drinks his milk every morning. And No, you're very much right. Well, with dairy, we made the same mistake as with some other things. We went too far. So at a certain moment, the modern Dutch cows produced 40 liters, and that was just too much. It was not good for the animal. So we had to sort of rewind, and like to develop a chicken, you can also develop a cow. You breed back into what it was before. Yes, we are working in Nigeria on the increased production of dairy, and that has to do with many things, but it also has to do basically with why should you import milk powder if you can produce it yourself, if you can produce the milk yourself. So from the Dutch government side, we're working with the experts in these, and the experts happen to be, in the Dutch case, WAMCO, West African Milk Company, Friesland Campina, Peak Milk, who have brought in also different universities from the Netherlands, a company specialized in feed, because basically what you put in comes out. So a cow produces a lot of milk if everything is conducive around that. So the field, the food, the environment, the climate, all these things play an important role. So we have started, or I should say WAMCO has started, and they're working now also together with Arla and Fan Milk to have different centers in Nigeria, as sort of knowledge centers for dairy development. And there's one, I think the closest one to this one will be in Oyo State. But what I'll do is I'll contact them and I'll point their way to the university here. And I'm sure they already know because they are, of course, in that field. But I will emphasize again what I saw during my visits and the talk we had, that it's important to work very closely with universities in this dairy development too. And dairy development in Nigeria is challenging. They've been working on it for quite a long time. Those of you who traveled around the country might remember that we used to have a model farm in Jos, in Vom. There was an integrated dairy farm, and you could buy their yogurts from Port Harcourt to Abuja to Lagos. And then at a certain moment that was closed for economic reasons, because they say, well, we don't make a profit. Well, sometimes there are other reasons why you should engage into milk production. So we are working on it. Thank you.
Please let's appreciate His Excellency one more time. Thank you very much, sir, for that answers provided to the questions asked. Please, before we move to the next item, just a quick recognition. We welcome the presence of Professor Adeton Ambode. Okay, she just stepped out. She's presenting a beautiful gallery out there. Professor Thomas Fabumi, you're welcome, sir. Professor Victor Makinde, you're welcome, sir. Professor Bambede Loluatosin, you're welcome, ma. Professor Yotunde Adebambo, you're welcome, sir. And Professor Mrs. Babatunde Adewumi, you're welcome, sir. So next on the agenda is the presentation of university's gesture by the Vice Chancellor.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, you know, earlier on you were told that you are going to play with some chickens. They are here. But no, you won't play with them here. When you get to Lagos, you'll play with them. So on behalf of the Governing Council, the Senate, the management, staff, and students of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, we have the pleasure to give these gifts to you. And it will interest you to know that everything we have here were made on this campus. They were produced on this campus. Like we noted earlier on, yes, we are doing a bit to contribute to food sustainability in Nigeria, and it's in that regard that we want to partner with the Netherlands government to do more, to get more in terms of our yield, productivity, and the other areas. So I won't want to go into too much details of what the things that are contained in here, but there are products that we have made on this campus, and so I want to present them to you on behalf of the university. Thank you very much. We have them all here, and we have the chicken, some indigenous chicken, improved bred ones. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Thank you very, very much. Maybe this is what I meant when I said in agriculture you see results immediately, but I hadn't assumed these results. Great, 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 wonderful. Thank you very much, and thank you all of you who are involved in producing this. I will share it with my staff, with my people, and we will all talk a long time about the university here. We will never forget. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Gradually, we're getting to the end of the first phase of the program. And after this segment of the program, okay, let me just have the, yes. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's been a worthwhile time, and as we bring it to a close, I would like to make a few remarks. And I will start to, first of all, appreciate His Excellency. Thank you so very much for coming. Thank you for the thought-provoking lecture that you gave. Thank you for the information that you shared, that you have shared with us. And to our distinguished colleagues, thank you so much for coming. I want to believe that you have gained one thing or the other. And it's not ending here. It's not ending here. The Consul General of the Kingdom of Netherlands is available for us to engage with him, both today and even after today. In other words, we'll have a directorate. We call it Directorate of Research, Innovations, and Partnerships. We're going to establish more partnership with you in several areas. You have been able to assure us that when it comes to dairy, you'll be there for us, that you'll direct things here. And I want to say that many of us seated here, we've had the opportunity to be at the Wageningen University Wageningen Agricultural University for trainings, for collaborations, for, short courses and all of that. So we'll want more of that. More importantly also is the area of greenhouse cultivation. Greenhouse cultivation, it's an area that we have agreed in Nigeria that we must develop. And in developing it, we would like to learn from the successes that have been made in Netherlands in greenhouse production, seedbed production, and all the other, all the other areas of this production. So after this session, we're going to see the campus, and then we will engage in more. So please, if you have one thing or the other to discuss, you are welcome. Please, you see the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, who is going to coordinate the second session, which will be the interactive session, wherein we can talk in more details about the things that we need to work on as a university and the Kingdom of Netherlands. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Once again, thank you so very much for coming, and we want to appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We are coming to a close of this program, and before we take the anthem, please, there will be a group photograph immediately after the anthem, a group photograph downstairs. So right now, may we rise for the anthem, FUNAAB anthem first, in reverse order, the anthem of the Netherlands, and then the national anthem. FUNAAB anthem, please. The Netherlands anthem.
Wilhelmus van Nassau ben ik van Duitsen bloed, den vaderland getrouw blijf ik tot in den dood. Een prinsen van Oranje ben ik vrij onverweerd, den koning van Hispanje heb ik altijd geëerd. Mijn stilzende betrouwen zijt gij, o God, mijn Heer. Op u zo wil ik bouwen, verlaat mij nimmer meer. Dat ik nog vroom
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang on to our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
Thank you very much. In the orange spirit, we once again welcome His Excellency Ambassador Michel Deelen to the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, who will now take a step out of the hall for a group photograph with His Excellency and the Vice Chancellor and with his members of, with his team, with his management team and every other interested party downstairs. Thank you.